Well, this is what we're looking at here. A 1932 MG J2. It's got a very, very interesting history, and well, I would refer you to the written history of it, because there's quite a bit to read, and in particular the last owner, who used to be the president of the New Zealand MG Club, he has researched this automobile very, very carefully, and the essential things is that it's a 1932, and it's exactly known when it left the factory. It was delivered new to Australia and registered in Australia, and then I think it was in 1934. I've only just got the vehicle, so I didn't even have time to read through the masses and masses of articles and things that have been written on this car. In 1934, it took part in what was called the Australian Grand Prix in those days, in Phillip Island, in its special class, together with other MGs, I think. And yes, it then, well, as I said, it's had like most of these little racing cars, quite a checkered history, and then some 10 or 15 years ago, I think it came to New Zealand. Oh no, it's more than that, because it's been sold once or twice within New Zealand. Anyway, I sort of because I haven't really read up on it as yet, and it's soon to go on a big journey back to its country of birth, or origin, I should say. I let the pictures speak for themselves. It's in very, very nice condition, and most people would call it, say it's got a beautiful patina. I don't like using that word much, but I think that's what it's got, because I think the paintwork is at least 15 years old, and it holds out very, very well without being like brand new. There are some stone chips on the front mudguard, which I will show in a second. There is a piece of paint sort of broken away by the bonnet there on the left hand side. I'll show that as well. It's attracting a lot of attention wherever I drive it. Yes, what I was saying, there's a little bit of paint gone there, and a little bit of paint gone there, and a little bit of paint gone in that corner there. The major, there's some paint chipped off there, but overall the car is in very, very nice condition, and we shall see that later. It drives exceptionally nicely as well. Now, a short view with the tonneau cover half removed. And we see here the seats are leather seats, and they have nicely aged. Right, tonneau cover completely off. And here the mirror has a nice feature because the tonneau cover doesn't go up when the mirror is up. The mirror is actually sort of removable and can be pulled up. So it's a swivel mirror. As I said, you see the seats are not new, but again, it all adds to the patina. Now, while we're here, have a look at the dashboard. The car is fitted with an electric fuel pump, and from what I read, I knew that the chassis and running gear and everything is original, and it is an original J2, but it does not have the original engine in it anymore. The engine was last heard of somewhere in Canada, I was told, and that's in one of the reports. It starts first pop every time since we had it, and I've heard that from the previous owner as well, and he was right. You push the button and she fires up straight away. It runs very nicely. It's got the gate changed there. You flick that little lid down so you can't accidentally go into reverse, and if you do need reverse, you flick it up again. Gearbox is nice and quiet. But as I said, I will take a video when I'm driving it away from here. Right, a quick look at the interior door panel. That again, very, very tidy. The doors shut beautifully. Same on the other side. And now we open the bonnet. And here we have the pedals and the linkages. And here is the engine. Right, the other side of the engine with the exhaust manifold, and that looks pretty original still with the MG emblem in it. We can here see the engine number, and it reads 1517 AJ72. Right, and here another view into the footwell, and here's the gearbox, and that's got a number on it, and it's 1264135. And brake. Right, well I think now I'll take that cover off in the back there and put the hood up, and we'll have a look what that looks like. Right, and here we go. The mighty machine with put up. Fits very nicely. Obviously that has just been made like the tonneau cover as well in the last few years. I don't think it is it doesn't look like it has seen any use at all, not in the rain anyway. A little bit dusty. Anyway, it keeps the worst of the rain out, I suppose. Right, I've turned the little machine around just so the sun was on this side to take better photos, and just for the record, so I walk along here with the video camera as well. Anyway, now we're getting into it, and I'm nearly 6 foot tall. I used to be 6 foot, I think. Now I'm slightly under. Anyway, God, the sun is very glary. I can hardly see what I'm filming here. Turn the key. It has been running, but we have had no problem starting it every time. Obviously, you've got the adjustments for the throttle and the mixture down there. The starter foot starting knob is down by my pretty dirty work shoes. Anyway, make sure it's out of gear. I flicked the thing so I can't get into, and here we go. Put it in first, handbrake it off. We have to turn around here. This is all not all that easy with just one hand, but anyway. Got good oil pressure. I should have probably changed down there, but it runs beautifully. Right, we'll try that again from here and go through all the gears. Hopefully we've got a reasonable straight gear. Oh, sorry, I pulled that the wrong way. This is all earthquake damaged roads here in Christchurch, so we get a few jumps, but it's actually quite exciting to drive this little thing. And in more capable hands it would even be more exciting, I suppose. Right, go off the racetrack here. It also has been raining here, and well, I have to say it's been raining after we had the most marvelous summer in history. 4 months of continuous sunshine. Oops, don't want to go into what am I doing? Here we go, sorry. And the mirror actually does supply a rear vision. Right, back at the workshop, and I'll just see if I can get one of my guys to just drive it up and down the road for us so we can actually see it driving as well. Right, well, here we go. Temperature's fine, and on idle, where am I? On idle now, and it's certainly the motor is nice and hot now. It is still over 50 on the oil pressure. My chief panel beater here has never driven that car. That's what I was going to show. It has a few stone chips on that mudguard, on the bottom corner of the rear mudguard. And Titch here, that's his name, he's actually never driven that car. Where is he? The turning circle is very, very nice, very small. Oh, he probably doesn't know it's a race car. I didn't tell him. And there he's coming back. Right, so here, that's all of me for today. 1932 J2 MG with racing history in the Grand Prix in Australia at Phillip Islands. Now I don't know how to work the fader, so I do that by hand.